Hey y'all, y'all under the blankies with me. Ooh, we're cuddly. Ah, yes. Little dog's outside the blanket over there next to us. It's about 7:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it's 4:20 on the coast. September 28, 2020. Yeah. Monday in the feeder timeline. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, it's really strange to be the most powerful entity in two timelines. And you come back to the feeder timeline and, they treat you like a loser, and they're treating who you were here like a loser, and like they could get away with it. And then back in your own timeline, you just report on them. You just write about what they did here in pre-existence before it got undone. And you're the greatest liar in the world. Everything you wrote is fiction. And you have to tab it as that, you see. And you're the best-selling author in the world. You see what I'm saying? It's like, all you gotta do is write about the bugs running around in Edgar suits for generations. You see? And it's like, as evil as they are, some of us were created to metamorphosize their evil and become even more evil than them. So yeah, we ate them before they were born. Ultimately, we developed a strange craving to eat them before they were born. Like they eat babies. Like they, have eaten the babies of the masses with what they've done here. They may not have directly ate them, but they ate their souls. Right? And they sowed the seed for it to where we could go back in time and eat the souls of their ancestors. Their rancid ancestors who, thought to be this way. See, here's the thing. In the next timeline, only those who should be given a chance to exist graduated. And everybody is rich. Nobody would tolerate someone else not being as rich as them. There's no competition for somebody to be richer than someone else. There's no stupid women who would jump on somebody's dick because he's richer than some other guy. You see, none of that dumb shit made it out of here. None of these little bugs in Edgar suits ran around they didn't make it out of here. If you have the mentality that, you think you should be wealthy, but other people shouldn't, you're part of the problem. We gave you that for a reason. All you have to do is give the undeserving fame, fortune, and power that they do not deserve, and you make a tasty delicacy. Oh man, it's so tasty. Their meat is the best meat. Alright? And it's like, and then when you get their fucking spirits before they're even born, after they've been time looped, and you make their spiritual execution, you caught them before they were born, and you ate them. You see, it's like, oh man. Now, we have become entities that are bloodthirsty in another way. So we've been Nibiruing them. Yeah. No, the same thing we had to do to the Nibiru fuckheads who came here with technology that, this subspecies, it's, elevated as the dominant species here. Simply because they can communicate. And they have opposable thumbs, but they don't have much else going for them. It's like, this dominant species is just it's dominated by its own weaknesses in this timeline. And it's because of what was given wealth in the first place, what was given power. You know, Yah has example after example of failure kings. You know, he elevated kings because the people wanted a king. And he would invest love, money, resources, and time into these entities just to have them horribly fail him every time. Because well, there's supposed to be something that maybe humans can't be in this timeline. They're supposed to have character and shit, you know? And the more wealth and power and fame you give an entity, the less character they possess. It's just something you can see. They become big-headed and think that they should be all that. Instead of realizing, well, wow, there's something wrong with the system here. I'm no more valuable than that fucking homeless dude I drove by today. And yeah, here I have this huge mansion, and that fucker don't even got a sandwich in a six-pack. Huh? Yeah. And he became something being homeless. And now it's like, hey, you couldn't make out of them what you are. But before he was made into that, and before he was made into what caused the karma that brought him to that, you see, that was all done. Do you realize how bad people got when these things came into power and created this thing called TV? Do you realize how the dominant species just began to spiral into dominancy? And you know, there's a few who are smart enough to realize what's happening here. They're dicking with your ability to perceive what reality is. So you don't even know, you know, that you're in a fucking simulation of the real world and the real universe that Yah created. Lucifer created a miniature one. And it is like, you know, it has four corners and shit. The whole thing, it encases the galaxies and shit. But when you have scribes that would kill the clone of Yah to silence him, that they're changing the Bible, then it's easy to take it and be like, no, the world is flat and it's square. And the universe spins around us. And humans are so big-headed and so, they think so highly of themselves, they'll believe that dumb shit. Yeah. It's like when they wanted to take away culpability for what they did to this planet. You know, it's like they gotta chemtrail the sky when we're too close to the sun because the orbit's warped. Because they stole the coolant. Not even the Nibiru culprits did that. They stole the coolant, the oil, out of the planet, and they burned it into the atmosphere. They took mass weight for, you know, over 100 years now. They've been taking mass weight out of the ground and burning it into the atmosphere, lightening the planet, messing with the orbit. The Chinese, in their retardation and their overzealousness to do bigger shit than everyone else, they have fucked with the speed of the orbit. Not the orbit, but the spinning of the planet. Okay? How fast it spins. They have literally fucked with that. Okay? Which fucks with the orbit. Now, then they program humans to be so stupid that they'll sit and burn their coolant of their host up like stupid little parasites, like cancerous parasites in the bowels. You see, that's what we all are. Sitting around watching NASCAR, you know, all these things that require so much of the coolant. And we watch it burn up into the sky, into nothing. And then we wonder, why is the orbit warped? Oh my God. You know, during these months now, we're all up close on the sun. where it's so scorching, it's going to burn us alive. And during these months, we're so far away from the sun, it's freezing cold. We're going to cause a new ice age. So then they have to use their circus science that they destroyed everything with to create a sun simulator and put that out there. And they use NASA to create a hoax to make people doubt what sound science has been. And then they can laugh at all those, hey, wow, yeah, there's 4 quarters and the earth is flat. It even says it in the Bible. No, it doesn't. Okay. It also says Christ put money changers out of the temple. It doesn't mention nothing about the scribes that he took a whip to. Yeah, that's why they had him whipped with a cat of 9 tails, because he whipped them scribes on their way out of the temple. All right. Now, they were violently changing shit, like, bugs and egg suits. They immigrated to the Jewish community through pseudo-Jews, and they infiltrated it. If you don't understand nothing and you need proof, look at Soros. He afflicted Jews, but he's a Jew. Okay? That's because he's not really. He's a pseudo. Alright? A fake. So, yeah, we're Nibiruing these fuckers again. It's been a tasty feast. They, they want to eat your lives and rape your lives and eat your good energy and spend your money, because, nobody's supposed to have more than $35 million here. And if they would abide by that glutton cap, if all these little gluttons on the Fortune 500 list were worth more than the glutton cap would just abide by it, there'd be millions more wealthy people. None of this shit will be happening. Their ancestors are the most tasty, because they were the bugs who started them on this journey to do all this evil shit. They were the ones who got, they suck Satan's cock, okay? But Satan doesn't have a cock. So they had to, do it like this. Because, Satan is a trans-spiritual, trans-technological, failed science experiment. He was supposed to trick humans into failing, graduating from here to the next timeline. And those who were with Christ, Yeshua, the clone of Yah, were supposed to outsmart him and graduate anyway. But what happened instead? It went nuts and started causing unnecessary suffering on all things that have bodies. And it made wealthy and powerful those who would perpetuate it. It gave them fame and fortune. Yeah. You see, and it's by design that now those are the ones that we eat before they get born, because they're never going to get born anyway. So it's just a matter of, are you willing to work hard and work the time loops? Are you willing to hear the animals scream that you have to time loop them as? When you time loop a celebrity as an animal that's one of its fans tortured, Or you time loop somebody who was a CEO of a company that decided they're going to advertise or use them as a an endorser, They're going to endorse them with an advertisement, Or you're somebody from a platform that gave them a platform. And then their fans were, from being made more stupid and vile from their influence, went and did that. You see, and then you take, the spirits, and you put them in these screaming animals, that they made writhe in pain, and you put them into people that they disenfranchised and that they caused to be victimized. And then you time loop them as slaves to repay back all the ill-gotten gain Because nothing over $35 million is theirs. Nobody has more than $35 million. And nobody is worth more than $35 million. The rest of that shit, that's phantom vapor, yo. It was so gluttonous, it would even advertise that it's gluttonous. You know, it would let itself get elevated that way. There is no Forbes Fortune 500 list in the next timeline. There's nobody who would like to see that shit, and there's nobody that would provide that shit that helps participate in that participates in torturing animals and starving good people. That participates in the Mao mentality. There never was a Mao, okay? Understand this. There never was a dictator. There never was a dynasty. The Chinese dynasty never happened, yo. It got undone. Yeah, because, well, they had this mentality. They should have millions of slaves, and then there should be a few rich. Oh, sorry. That's why y'all had to go. But you made tasty morsels after you were time looped. Yeah. We'd love to hear you scream. It's them things that you made scream. Whoa, yeah. That's part of the joy and the pleasure. It makes me tingly. I'm about to come just thinking about it. Yeah, and that fucking goddamn when you're about to be spiritually executed, it's like, okay, catch you right before you were born. Yes, because I worked your time loop. I got to pick when you got it spiritually executed to never get born here. You see, to run around in an Edgar suit. It's like, yeah, I catch you before you were born. You're nice and tasty. You're fresh. You've been given everything and had it all took away. Oh, yes. And you were brought back to the egg. Yeah, oh, you're a tasty little morsel. Eating the rich is the most awesome benefit to being one of these time-jumping entities, to working the time loops, to let them afflict you here in a temporary timeline that's going to be undone right along with their affliction of you. They make a timeline where everybody gets to be rich and happy. Everybody works hard. Everybody contributes and is beneficial. And there's nobody who thinks that they should have more than somebody else. There's none of that stupid, covetous, retard shit. There's none of the retard shit that's being presented to you as normal mentality. This competition bullshit, it's all bullshit. In the next timeline, it's proven there's room for everybody to have wealth and happiness. The herd has been called to so many billions. Okay? Everybody rich and famous and powerful failed to graduate. Every last one of them, and all their offspring failed. And all their ancestors failed. How many millions is that right there? That means all the royal family, everybody that's historically a leader, everybody that is historically a leader never gets born. Everybody who is historically wealthy never gets born. Everybody who is historically famous and powerful never gets born. Because of the mess they created of the world with their mentality that they should be rich and privileged and famous and they should be known while others are not. It's like, fuck you, Mr. or Mrs. All That. You are very tasty. And I'm here from the future timeline to gloat that I ate you before you were born. Just like you ate people's lives and you ate everything you saw. Yeah, you just ate it. You didn't denounce fucking the shit that you participated in that was wrong. So you're participating in it. Yeah. So, Kanye's famous next to you. Snoop Slavey Dog famous next to you. You let all these fucking rancid little Edgar suit wearing bugs be famous. Fucking goddamn, Donna's famous with you. Alright. Okay, well they got fans that tortured shit. Eminem famous with you. Alright, yeah. They got fans that tortured shit. Raped shit. Now you get to be that shit when you die. Yeah, there you go. Just like the perpetrators who did it. And anyone who liked their videos. Yeah. We called this herd of billions just by letting them keep doing it. And y'all just kept eating it up. To where you became rancid, and you would come on a video of one of us who really exists with your non-existent ass and show your ass. It's like a little gnat. Just, you know, let's just show you how easy you are to swat. Flat, what? And there you go. You're nothing. Next timeline don't know who you are. Nobody in the next timeline saw your smarmy little comment. Nobody in the next timeline saw your little fucking thumbs down that you did for your master. Nobody in the next timeline saw it. But I wrote about it and I made money off of it. There you go, fuckhead. I drank your blood, bitch, and it was tasty. It's Kool-Aid to me. The blood of those up in this timeline. Your blood of your fucking ancestors, your rancid, fucked up bug ancestors, was really tasty. We had no problem drinking it.